If this is your first time to our channel and you want to know everything about living, sleeping, eating, playing, and the good and the bad of Southeast Michigan, then subscribe to the notifications button below, and we'll send you all the current market updates for Southeast Michigan. I'm here to help you find the best spot in Southeast Michigan. We get calls and emails every day from people just like you that want to make the move to Southeast Michigan, and we just absolutely love it. Should you really move to Southeast Michigan? Today we're going to go over the 9 cons of why not to move to Southeast Michigan. Wouldn't be living here if the pros outweighed the cons. So stay with me here. We'll show you why it's not a real bad place to live after all. But it's worth noting that there are a few things that people don't like about living here. The metropolitan Detroit, Southeast Michigan area has lots of traffic in addition to all the construction. We have construction time. It seems like every road is under construction. So that may be a negative to moving to this area. The weather, Southeast Michigan weather. Most people will tell you that it's really cold in the winter, and also it can be hot in the summertime too. We have a saying here that in Michigan, you wait 5 minutes, the weather will change. So keep that in mind. Allergies. There's lots of allergies. If you do have a lot of allergies, you want to keep that in mind. It's springtime here. There's a lot of pollen, flowering plants. So if you have allergies, you might get accustomed to taking something for that or staying indoors. Let's talk about the property taxes. We have a high property taxes and income taxes in the state of Michigan, in addition to the 6% sales tax. And also gas prices will be a little bit more because they include a gas road. In the gas prices, they include a tax for improving the road. So keep that in mind too. We have a lot of Midwest terms. We have our own vocabulary here where we call pop is really soda. We also have something called a Michigan left, where you turn right to turn left. So some of the unique things you'll hear the local calling things. Lakes, we're surrounded by the Great Lakes. There's 5 different lakes that surround Michigan. We call them homes: Huron, Ontario, Michigan, Erie, and Superior. So it's kind of an acronym for the 5 lakes around us. We have a lot of small inland lakes, especially in Southeast Michigan. So that's great for if you want to live on the water, those sunsets, boating, and a lot of water sports. If you don't like lakes, that could be a problem, because in certain parts of Southeast Michigan, you can't get to the other because you got to constantly be going around. Location. We Michiganders show where we live by using our hand. Southeast Michigan is just below the thumb, and we like to call it the mitten. We also border Canada, which is an international between the tunnel and the bridge. So if you don't like living close to another country, this might not be the right place for you. Car capital. We're also known as the car capital of the world, especially the big 3 started off here. We're also known as that's why hence they call us the Motor City. In addition, a lot of suppliers from all over the world have tech centers or different jobs here to support the big 3. When I say the big 3, we're talking about Ford in Dearborn, General Motors, which is in the tech center in Warren, Chrysler, Stellantis, which is headquartered in Auburn. We also celebrate here something called the Dream Cruise. It's the largest car show in the world. Usually it's in August, where Woodward Avenue has race cars. It's all jammed up. It's usually a day that a lot of people want to stay out of the city. Woodward Avenue runs all the way from downtown Detroit straight up through, I think it's about a half dozen cities, all the way through Royal Oak, Ferndale, Birmingham, Bloomfield Hills, and then makes a circle in Pontiac and makes its way down. So lots of cruisers, a lot of race cars. So if you don't like loud noise and car racing, you might want to avoid that day when the Dream Cruise is running. Also, one of the unique things about the Dream Cruise, there's lots and lots of classic cars. You come down to see it the one weekend in August, won't be disappointed with all the goodies and oldies. The people restore their vehicles and are proud to drive it up and down Woodward Avenue. Everything here revolves around cars, because a lot of employees, if you don't know someone that works for the big 3, to get a discount on a car. Everybody leases new cars, so one of the downsides is all your friends have new vehicles, so that'll be something you have to keep up with the Joneses. So lots of new cars, and even we see some of the prototype cars, you'll see them on the road, hiding with different types of graphics so you can't tell. So we get a glimpse of all the new cars coming to town here and to the rest of the world. Overall, the cons really don't outweigh the pros of moving to Southeast Michigan. So keep that in mind, and we'll make sure your transition to this area is smooth. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call or email or text us, and we'll make sure that your experience moving to Southeast Michigan is a good one.